Extreme weather events, from storms to heat waves. The cityscape lay in ruins, a testament to nature's unforgiving wrath. Buildings once proud and towering now stood shattered, their skeletal remains silhouetted against an ominous ash-grey sky. Puddles of water, remnants of the torrential downpour, reflected the devastation, creating a mosaic of chaos. Marina stumbled through the debris, her breath ragged. The storm had passed only hours ago, leaving behind a trail of destruction. She shielded her eyes from the stinging wind, still laden with the smell of salt and rain. Her mind raced back to the early warnings, a superstorm unlike any seen before. Predictions, they had said, of a climate gone mad. She paused, listening for any sound of life. The silence was unnerving, broken only by the occasional creak of a collapsing structure. Her heart pounded as she turned a corner, the sight of the old community centre bringing a glimmer of hope. She had last seen her sister Lila there. "Hello? Is anyone there?" Marina's voice echoed through the empty streets, swallowed by the vast emptiness. She moved closer to the centre, her footsteps crunching on broken glass and splintered wood. Inside, the scene was equally dire. The roof had partially caved in, and water pooled on the floor, reflecting the flickering emergency lights. She called out again, her voice tinged with desperation. "Marina!" A weak cry responded. She hurried towards the sound, finding Lila huddled in a corner, clutching a makeshift bandage on her arm. Relief washed over her as she embraced her sister, feeling the cold, clammy skin beneath her fingers. "I thought I'd lost you," Marina whispered, tears mixing with the rainwater still dripping from her hair. Lila managed a weak smile. "Not yet, but we need to move. The heat wave is coming next." Marina's eyes widened in disbelief. "Already? They said it wouldn't hit until tomorrow." "They were wrong," Lila replied, wincing as she stood. "We have to find shelter, something underground, away from the windows." They navigated through the maze of destruction, the oppressive heat already building. The transition was swift, the storm's remnants evaporating into a suffocating humidity. Sweat mingled with grime on their faces as they pressed on, each step a struggle against the rising temperature. The sun, now a blinding orb of fury, scorched the earth. Pavements began to steam, the air shimmering with heat waves. The sisters spotted a subway entrance, the dark moor promising a respite from the blistering heat. Inside, the temperature dropped only slightly. They descended into the depths, joining a handful of survivors seeking refuge. The air was thick with anxiety and exhaustion. Marina scanned the faces, recognizing the same fear mirrored in their eyes. "Water?" a man asked, his voice cracking. Marina shook her head, the weight of their predicament sinking in. Supplies were scarce, and they had to ration carefully. Hours passed, marked by the relentless ticking of an unseen clock. The oppressive heat outside intensified, turning the subway into an oven. People stripped off layers, fanning themselves with whatever they could find. Suddenly, the ground trembled, a minor quake, but enough to send panic rippling through the group. Marina clutched Lila's hand, the fear of the unknown gnawing at her resolve. "It's going to be okay," she whispered, more to reassure herself than her sister. The tremor subsided, leaving an uneasy silence in its wake. The air felt heavier, the heat pressing down from above. Marina's thoughts drifted to the past, to a time when such extreme weather events were rare, not the norm. Climate change, once a distant threat, was now a brutal reality. A voice broke through her reverie. "We need to find a way to ventilate this place, it's getting too hot." A few men gathered, discussing options. They decided to break into a maintenance room, hoping to access the ventilation system. Marina and Lila followed, the dim light casting eerie shadows on the walls. The door creaked open, revealing a labyrinth of pipes and ducts. The group worked quickly, their movements driven by necessity. Marina watched, feeling a glimmer of hope. Maybe, just maybe, they could endure this. Hours blended into an interminable stretch. The heat, though slightly abated, remained stifling. Exhaustion clawed at Marina, but she refused to sleep, keeping a watchful eye on her sister. A distant rumble signaled another storm brewing, a cruel reminder of their precarious existence. The weather, it seemed, had turned into an endless cycle of extremes, each event more catastrophic than the last. Marina's gaze fell on Lila, now resting fitfully. She stroked her sister's hair, whispering a promise. "We'll survive this. We'll find a way." The ground shook again, this time with greater intensity. Dust fell from the ceiling as people screamed, scrambling for safety. Marina pulled Lila close, shielding her with her body. The quake was merciless, a stark reminder of the Earth's volatile nature. When it finally subsided, the subway was a scene of chaos. Injuries, fear, and desperation mingled in the stifling air. Marina helped Lila to her feet, determination hardening her resolve. "We can't stay here. We need to find a safer place," she said, her voice steady despite the turmoil. Together, they navigated through the wreckage, emerging into the sweltering heat. The city was unrecognizable, a twisted landscape of destruction. Yet, amid the ruins, there was a flicker of resilience. Survivors banded together, sharing resources, offering comfort. Marina and Lila joined them, finding strength in unity. The journey ahead was uncertain, fraught with dangers. But as they faced the extreme weather, they did so with a renewed sense of hope and determination. They were survivors, navigating a world reshaped by nature's fury, forging a path through the storm and the heatwave, one step at a time.